Antoine Massey's story is one filled with defiance, drama, and a long history of conflict with the law. His name recently resurfaced in national headlines after he escaped from jail in New Orleans, again, joining a group of 10 inmates who vanished into the night in what authorities called a deliberate and organized break. But this wasn't Massey's first run. His story stretches back years and is marked by a persistent pattern of evasion, repeat offenses, and a controversial presence on social media during his time as a fugitive. Born in the early 1990s in New Orleans, Louisiana, Antoine Massey grew up in a city shaped by inequality, poverty, and complex social structures. Like many in the inner-city communities of New Orleans, he encountered trouble with the law early in life. Records show Massey was only a teenager when he first made headlines by escaping from a juvenile detention center. It wouldn't be his last time. Throughout the years, Massey's record grew longer. He was arrested multiple times for offenses ranging from domestic violence and strangulation to armed robbery, theft, and later, kidnapping and rape. Authorities say his behavior often escalated in seriousness, and his tendency to flee justice became a repeating pattern. Each time he was caught, the story never seemed to end there, because Antoine Massey always found a way to escape. Before his most recent arrest, Massey had already earned a reputation as an escape artist. In 2019, he fled from a correctional facility in Morehouse Parish. Another time, he disappeared after cutting off his ankle monitor at a Walmart while supposedly under house arrest. These events earned him notoriety within Louisiana's law enforcement community, but everything escalated on May 16, 2025. Massey and 9 other inmates at the Orleans Justice Center managed to stage a jailbreak that shocked the public. They pulled off what authorities later described as a planned and assisted operation. The men reportedly dismantled plumbing fixtures in their cell, pried open a hole behind the toilet, and squeezed their way through a narrow passage. From there, they made it past perimeter fencing, climbed over razor wire, and vanished into the night, some crossing nearby interstate roads on foot. What made the escape even more audacious was the fact that Massey was one of the few who had done this before. Yet this time, he took things even further. While most fugitives keep their heads down, Massey began posting videos online. In one, he spoke directly to the camera, claiming he had not escaped. Rather, he insisted he had been let out. In another video, he demanded the world listen to his side of the story, and he even called out celebrities and influencers by name, asking for support. He claimed innocence, waved around legal documents, and begged for people to look deeper into what he called a setup. These videos sparked widespread attention. News outlets and social media platforms erupted with speculation. Was he trying to manipulate public opinion? Or was there any truth to his claims of being wrongfully jailed? The authorities were not amused. Law enforcement took his videos seriously, launched investigations into how the footage was being posted, and doubled down on efforts to track him. While most of the escapees were captured within days, Massey remained on the run for weeks. His fugitive status became a tense game of cat and mouse, one that highlighted the shortcomings in the jail's security and the difficulty of recapturing high-profile escapees. Authorities even issued a reward for tips leading to his arrest. As time passed, it became clear that Massey was receiving help. Whether it was through safe houses, anonymous cash, or access to phones, someone was keeping him one step ahead. On June 27, 2025, after nearly 6 weeks on the run, Antoine Massey was captured. He was found hiding in a residential neighborhood in the Holly Grove area of New Orleans, just a few miles from the very facility he had escaped. Officials say he surrendered without resistance after law enforcement surrounded the house. His arrest brought relief to many and raised even more questions about how he was able to remain free for so long in a city under heavy watch. Now back in custody, Massey faces not only the original charges, but additional ones related to his escape. His legal future looks bleak, and prosecutors have made it clear they intend to seek the harshest possible penalties. The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office also confirmed that multiple people may face charges for aiding him during his time on the run. That includes at least one woman who is believed to have helped him hide and possibly provided him with phones used to make his online posts. Massey's story, while specific to him, also reflects larger issues within the criminal justice system. Critics argue that overcrowding, staff shortages, and faulty infrastructure contribute to these escapes. Others point to the systemic failures that allow someone with a long rap sheet and a history of escaping custody to avoid long-term incarceration. Some question whether the system ever had a chance of rehabilitating someone like Massey, or if it was always set up for him to fail. In another light, Massey's boldness and willingness to broadcast his fugitive life in real time says something about the world we live in. His story became entertainment for some. Others saw a man fighting to tell his side of the story, but for victims waiting for justice, his social media rants and taunts were nothing short of infuriating. Now, as legal proceedings move forward, Antoine Massey's days as a free man are likely over for good. But the impact of his actions continues to ripple through the system. His case has led to internal reviews, public pressure, and renewed conversations about jail reform and accountability. Multiple officers at the Orleans Justice Center have been placed under investigation, and the city has promised to implement better security protocols. Antoine Massey may not have been a household name before, but his story has become symbolic of a deeper problem, one where individual behavior, institutional failures, and the power of digital platforms all collide. What began as a personal bid to escape the law ended in a public reckoning about what justice really means and how easily it can be delayed. Whatever happens next, Massey's saga is far from forgotten. His life may now play out behind bars, but the echoes of his defiance, the escapes, the videos, the viral appeals will linger long after the jail cell door closes.